Alright. I don't know why it's not. That's interesting. Um, why is that black screen? That's not it. Hang on. What's going on? There we go. That was weird. Not sure what the problem was there, but we got it fixed. Alright. So, when we left off yesterday, we were going to start working on the fluid pipes. Right, so filters are fairly straightforward. We just need to smelt up some sand. So let's see how much sand we have. I don't know why it does that every time I log in. Stack of sand shouldn't be too bad. We'll just get that smelted up. Then we'll get some coal. Go. Alright, now we need alright, so we got that situated. We'll probably get some sugar cane so we can make some paper. Shouldn't need too much, but we're gonna need some. We got the paper. Iron nuggets. We have some, but we'll probably need more, so we'll just do that. And iron ingots. Should be plenty. Alright. Let's see, what do we got? Still 118 buckets. Yeah, see, this is what I'd like to avoid. So to make these, we need hardened. To make hardened, it's going to be hardened glass, which is lead over obsidian, and then invar, which is 2 iron to 1 nickel, makes 3. So every 2 crafts of invar, I mean, I might as well just make a full stack, right? Just go for a full stack. So 64 divided by 3, that's I don't know. We'll go balls to the wall with it, right? So temporarily take that out of the equation. Put one here. Let's go ahead and get some basins. Go ahead and make a few more. Because it's 5, right? Oh no, we can't do that because, yep, it's gonna just put iron in there. Ooh, this is gonna be tricky. I mean, what I could do is just put a basin here, and then for the time being, just a spout. Faucet? Yeah, we'll just do a faucet. And then go ahead then we're gonna want, I just realized that that is cutting off my face. There we go. Well, I don't like that either, that's way too high. There we go, it's a little bit better. It's a lot more zoomed in from yesterday, I'm not exactly sure why that is. I didn't do anything to make it zoomed in, but each their own, I guess. The amber should almost be done. So it's gonna go into here. We're gonna set it to be bottom. Need to move that over so I stop accidentally hitting things, and then we'll just get a couple of blocks. Couple D blocks should be okay. So if I just throw a few of these down with a few faucets, make this go by a little bit quicker. So I'm gonna want to pulverize these. Is there a way to do that? Do the grindstone, which I don't want to sit there, and the crusher. Okay, the mechanism crusher. Let me just throw it in the. What is going on? Thought I had my Windows key disabled. Apparently I don't. You are the combiner. You're the crusher. Get to crushing. You full, by the way? Like, I'm assuming you're almost full. Yeah, you're half full. Let's let that do its thing. Let's go grab our nickel. 1, 2, 3, 4. There should have been 14, so I can get some more. We needed like 7 for a stack, right? There we go. That's a stack. We'll end up with what, 3 stacks of Invar? So glad I upgraded these to max. It's only doing 200 RF a tick, which isn't touching this barely at all. So that's good. That's what we like to see. Alright. This glass should be done now. So we should be able to do this, throw those in the system. For right now we only need 8. Because we only have the 8 to automate. Right? 3, 4. Part of those. over here, this should be pretty much done. Almost. Okay. Do we want to do an item transfer pipe? Just to keep everything thermo related? Or... well, I don't know. I haven't decided. I might. Alright, let's just get all this smelted up. It'll just be easier to throw it into here. I was like, I know I grabbed 5. This invar's taking a while. What's next? On the agenda, we need a ton of hardened, but we're also gonna need electrum. So we'll need silver and gold, so we can do a stack apiece there. And then signalium, 3 copper and a silver. Okay. Silver, gold, and then copper. Alright, and then we'll go ahead and throw all of this in there. What was the other thing we needed for the signalium? Destabilized redstone? Okay, so... I'm hoping... I don't know how to get rid of this water that I don't want. Shoot, hang on. There we go. I'm hoping I can just pour destabilized redstone into this bucket, but I guess we will find out one way or another. And then faucet. And then redstone. Wow, that was fast. So let's do a test on the redstone. See if it does not. Great. That's lovely. So we have to use a regular bucket. That's fine. Just go ahead and pour one out for it now. we're gonna want we're gonna need Invar, but to get the process started, we're gonna need 2 stacks of silver. And then, yeah, this is gonna be a while. Let's see. I can make more basins. I can use bricks to make more basins. There we go. I can use craft faucets. I'm just now realizing that is a bad place for the controller to be. Ooh. Okay, it's fine, I guess. How much silver do we have? I only have an ingot. I'm gonna need an additional ingot, so I'm gonna need a casting table with a cast. Table with the cast. Grab off faucets. Give ourselves 1 ingot. That one didn't fill for some reason. Is there enough copper in here? Because 14 is 2 stacks. Plus 7, that's 3 stacks. Okay, yeah, there's enough copper. Silver is done, which means this should be done. Alright, so we have all the silver we need. 2 stacks, let's get that crushed. Crush that. Now we want a stack of gold and 3 stacks of copper, so let's do the gold. And then we're going to want 3 stacks of copper. So we'll do the copper next. Oh boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have the gold we want, now we want the copper. We're going to need 3 ingots. Go. It's 3. Silver should be done. So we should be able to do the other silver. Making good progress. Making good progress. Nope. Did not mean to take a damage. This one didn't finish for some reason. After that, we can just start doing the invart. How much invar is it? 21 blocks. We got the copper. We have all the silver blend that we need. We need another thing of gold. And we can do the electrum, which I think, honestly, I don't know why I did the electrum. Are we out of electrum? We are. Okay, so good call on my part. So we're gonna want 1, 2, 3, 4 more. Just to make this process a little bit faster. We're gonna need these basins anyways, so this is set to invar. Okay. Just making sure none of them randomly decided they were gonna stop. That was fast. Do I take damage if I, like, fall in the basin? Can I even fall in the basin? Does not look like I can. How many ingots, by the way? 3 ingots. Two. I can go around and collect these. I think it said there was only 7 blocks left. I'll double check though before I start pouring. Yeah, 7 blocks. Making sure none of them decide they want to randomly stop. Okay. Nope, this one did. No, it didn't. It just finished. Ain't no way I just lost that. Okay, I was gonna say. And then the copper should probably be done by now, so we can throw in the next set. Go ahead and make the electrum. And we can smelt that up. Invar should be cooled. Yeah. Go. All the invar we need. We're gonna need hardened glass though, so we're gonna need to do lead. And we're gonna need to smelt more sand. Lovely. Before I get too carried away with that though, how much is 1 So one hardened fluidux makes 6. So if I essentially do one layer of glass, it should be more than enough, right? Because it takes one craft, makes all 6 actually. So I'd have well more than enough. So yeah, I'll just do one layer of the hardened glass. So I'll need lead and obsidian. I actually don't need glass, I just need lead and obsidian. So let's get some lead. We have some. We'll do amber. Let's get it thrown in there. And for you, last one. Then I'll have to do the whole destabilized redstone thing for a while. And then, yeah, so it's going to be 5, 10, 14 obsidian. We have 1. Nice. Okay, well, that's fine. Not the end of the world. So wait, if I do 14 crap, well, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 30, 60. So if I did 21 crafts, so 21 buckets then, I guess. Do I have enough to make 21 buckets? I guess I only needed 20. It's fine. There's gotta be an easier way to get destabilized redstone. That up, that there. Switch this over to redstone, because I feel like this is gonna take the longest. And then this last bit of copper is done. Long machine. Um, Now I don't have to worry about it. They'll just do it. I'm hoping we'll have enough. I don't see why we wouldn't. But should fill. So that's good. Yeah. Once this finishes all the buckets, we'll take care of that. I don't think once we run out of buckets, right? It's not gonna pour. Almost positive. Yeah, it won't pour. Okay, so I guess I should get to Signalium and Electrum. Oh, well, I'm working on the Signalium. The Electrum is done. Can't do that until the redstone's done. I can work on the obsidian though. So let's see. We want a bucket of water, right? Bucket. Need to make an infinite water source that's close to this, so I don't have to run back and forth. Could I do it right here? I could. Yeah, I don't think it'll mess with anything if I did. Pretty sure if I just put water here, then this becomes infinite. So, yeah. Okay, so it becomes hard to pick up. That's fine. I needed 14 anyways. There we go. I'm content with that. Let's go ahead and set these up. Okay, and then is this done? It is done. So we'll flip you off. Go over here, switch it to lead, and then activate all of these. Go ahead and make as much signalium as we can. Um, I'm okay with that. A stack and 20 should be plenty. Let's go ahead and throw those in there. These should be done now. Switch it to Electrum, get all the Electrum out of there. 14 blocks. And 2 ingots. There we go. That's our 2 ingots. And there's our 14 blocks. Okay, so we can go ahead and throw those in there, throw that in there. Signalium should be done now, right? Yep. So we got 9 and 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All of those are continuing as should. That's good. And we'll get our 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And then these blocks will be done now. we go. Those in the ingots, throw those in the system, and we should have everything to make what we want to make. So let's go ahead and make a stack of these. If I just shift click, it should only make a stack. We'll go ahead and make a full stack just to make it easy. Then we'll go ahead and do this. And pull it all out. All but one. That's fine. Right? There we go. So now, with this the way it is, put you here. Nothing should happen, right? Yeah. It's not until I add a filter to it. Now, can I left click, shift click? No. Let's do a bucket. Or wait, can I just drag and drop in here? So like if I wanted molten iron. No, I can't drag and drop. Okay, so then, yeah, I'm gonna need a bucket. So go ahead and throw a bucket. Switch it to iron. Make one single bucket. Okay. So you're telling me I did all that for nothing? That's fine. I have an idea. I was thinking was probably going to be the case. So, barrel. Or do we want to do like a, is it a drum? Metal drum. I don't know how much it's going to hold. Enrichment chamber, iron ingot. Okay. I have none of that apparently. Planks, pressure plates, and a cauldron. We have no planks. Now we have some. Now I'm curious if I did this. Because then from there, I should just be able to be like, oh hey, I want you to pipe out into, you know, the basins. But how would I filter? I don't know. What's up, Cade? Did you get some good sleep last night? Hmm. Hmm. That's good. At least you got some sleep, you know? That's, something's better than nothing. Pretty important. Okay, how do I get liquid to go into here, but ensure that it's not... I mean, can I just, like, instead of on the drain, just, like, right here? No, because it doesn't connect. So it'd have to be this, because that does connect. Then how do I make it pull? So I need a servo. Hardened servo. Reinforced servo. Signalium servo. Okay, but like, hmm? Let's just try making servos and see what happens, I guess. So let's make one, which then should allow me to make a hardened. And then from the hardened, I should be able to make a reinforced. And from the reinforced, I should be able to make the signal. Wait, I needed that. So now with the signalium, oh, works. Okay, but at that point, is the point of a metal drum worth it? Because if I can just do this and run it along, I wouldn't really need the metal drum. So let's break the metal drum. We'll hang on to it for the time being. Put this back. And we will route these the whole way. And then any iron that comes in, like this, should immediately, yeah, no, okay. The only problem is I need to clear that whole situation out, which is fine. Alright, let's see. So, filtered it to where only redstone, or not redstone, iron comes out this line. I need to add another item extraction, but kind of want to just make item through thermodynamics. Looks nicer. Transfers items and art. Travel rapidly and path. So maybe these ones, which are going to require save this. So this requires with hardened glass. This is just lead. Huh. Impulse item duct. Requires an item duct, which is hardened glass and tin. Okay. So I'm gonna need to do some tin, which is fine. We'll do some tin. Some tin thrown in here. We'll do two. No, we'll just do a stack. Get that going. We are gonna need more of these servos though, but at least proof of concept works. Right. So 14 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then 2 ingots. 1, 2. We have our tin. I'm gonna need to make more obsidian. Let me grab all of these. Put those in the ingots. More than enough. I'm going to want a bucket. Ooh. Reminds me, what do I want to do with this metal drum? You know what? We'll put it here. We'll put it here, and then we'll run a cable out of there as well. Or do we need a servo for that? Actually, this doesn't need to be filtered. It just needs no redstone control, and then it'll do its thing. I guess the best way, ideally, would be to actually move this to... Can I break this without breaking the actual pipe? No, cannot. It's fine. So put it here, right? And we'll connect one of the servos. We'll ensure that it has this, and redstone is ignored. What? Fuck. Damn it. Whoopsies. None of these filled with lead, right? It's just all iron? Yeah, okay. Put that there. Servo here. Whitelist. Iron. Redstone ignored. There we go. Now these will... Okay, but then I want this to come up and put into the drum. But then I also want a servo out of the drum. Ignored. And then I'm gonna need to work on the item situation. But this would actually be a good idea because that way it'll pull it out of there quicker, store into here in a mass quantity, and then be able to get through the buffer faster. Yeah, okay, that works. So like if I did that, it'll pull it all out into the... No? It just sits in the pipes? Figured it would have went into the drum. Well, if the pipe ever overfills, it'll buffer in the drum. Either that or it's just constantly looping into the drum. I'm not entirely sure which. Oh well. The only one that needs a filter is the one coming out of the Tinker Tank. And then somehow I'm going to need it to where these don't connect. Which I'm not entirely sure I'm going to do that. Because if I run another line here, these are going to want to connect. And I don't want that to happen. It's not like, can I shift? I mean, I shift click to pick up, but that's not what I want. Is there a thermodynamic wrench? Or like a blocking thing? Combine with a block to create covers. Provide structure. Is that what I'm looking for? I mean, it doesn't hurt to make one and see what's what. So let's take a peek. Make one. Easy enough. I'll take that. It says combine with a block, like craft with a block? Ew, okay. What type of cover do I want? Let's see, what if I do chisel? And then we go with, what if we just do black cobble? Gives me 6 covers. So then if I put the covers here, right? And then I put this here, it still connects. It didn't work. And now if I break this cover, it's going to break the pipe, isn't it? Yep. One sec. Alright, sorry about that. I'm back. Short, uh, short, long, whatever you want to call it. But alright, let's see. So what were we working on? We were trying to figure out a way to separate the pipes. Ooh, I almost let this stuff despawn. That sucked. I don't exactly know what the best way to do that would be. So we want servo. This servo is going to be whitelisted. Then we're going to want I think for testing purposes, I want it all to just run into the drum. And then I want it to come out the drum so we can work on separating here, and then once we figure out how to separate here, we know how to separate everywhere else, and then I'll just pipe it into these. And then I'll probably run one here and just move this forward one. Makes more sense that way, I guess. So yeah. So we run one here, and then that connects, but I don't want it to connect, right? So how would I go about stopping that connection? I think this might be a question for Google. How to separate fluid ducts from each other in thermodynamics. How do I place fluid ducts without them connecting? A wrench to disconnect. Thermal expansion crescent hammer. Okay. Right there. Okay, so what? Just right click? Alright, well, we got it figured out. Look at that. Perfect. So, go ahead and place the rest of these. We're going to move this to here. See if I can place this there. No, it's not what I want. Water bucket. I don't have any extra water buckets. It's fine. Water right there. Break this one. Place that there. Place this here. Grab. It's not what I meant to grab. There we go. Go ahead and grab our bucket back. And place this back. Place our pipe. And then servo. Redstone reward. And then if I click on this side, does it give me like a... Let's say I click that, right? And then I place this down. It's still connected, so I have to go through and manually disconnect. So let me just get these pipes placed in preemptively. That way we have no issues. I guess I'm also going to want that disconnected as well. And then we're going to want one there that we're going to want disconnected. Alright, so here, here, disconnect, here, 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 here. Disconnect these. And then disconnect that as well. So we're going to want to make more servos, but, you know, that'll be fine. These were cool, I guess, but not really necessary anymore. Yeah, it's cool to know I can make them. Alright, is there a way to dump this back in there? I mean, there is. I just gotta break you, put you in there, put you back. Okay, so, alright. I don't care about what happens at the bottom, right? Because we're just gonna pipe it all out at the same time, it doesn't matter. I do like the fact that I can walk underneath here, set the filters, and I can even access the filters over here. So having this pushed out by one is good for functionality purposes. I do need to find a good spot for this. I'm thinking probably in line here, so I can just run underneath and then connect it up right here. And then plus this whole line will be able to come over this way and connect in. Yeah. So I think right here is the block we break. Place this down there. Go ahead and break this. And place it here. So then eventually we know we need to run a line under here. Now, this can hold up to, what is it, 8 folders? So then from there we could just go expand left and right if we need to add more items. Oh, I had XP. Oh, it's full now. Let's see. So, now that this is done, let's see. I wish I knew how much stayed in these pipes. But it's not the end of the world. Alright, so we are going to get rid of these. Because we're going to make the new item pipes. Ended up not needing these filters, by the way. Flow ducts will keep over there. Shouldn't need that. Honestly, I really don't need the bone crook in my inventory anymore. So let's see. Take a bite. We were doing. We didn't need that anymore. We're doing this, right? So we need the hardened glass and regular item ducts, right? Because, yeah, so hardened glass. So let's get some more obsidian, which means we did need that bucket. I'll probably do 28 pieces of obsidian. give us 2 rounds of lead. Now, I think all the lead ended up getting used, right? No, it didn't. But I'm definitely going to need, well, no, I don't need more because it's 1 ingot per. And these cool fairly quickly. There we go. So that'll be the 28 hardened glass. I think we still had some left over. Where did I put my... There it is, in my pocket. Right, so there's 28 hardened glass. So that should now be enough to make, at the very least, a stack of item ducts. Make an additional, a little extra in there. And then the use of item ducts is because we wanted the dense, right? We wanted the signalium plated impulse item ducts, which is going to be rapid. Wait, I thought we were looking at a different one. We wanted the dense. I'm trying to bookmark it. It's not letting me. And when I click on it, all it gives me is just a regular signalium plated. It doesn't give me the dense signalium plated. So I gotta combine it with glowstone. Do we have glowstone? We can make glowstone. Sure. And then it was in a combiner, right? So glowstone, item duct. And it's a 1-for-1. That's good. Okay, then signalium plating it is easy. It was just electrum signalium, which we have. Can we really not make the dense one? Honestly, if we just do regular servos, it should be fine for the items. I don't see a need for it to be more because it's only one item coming out of each, right? So just regular servos should be more than enough because these transfer Yeah, they move the items faster. It's not a. It doesn't matter how much we put into the pipe system, about how fast the pipes work. Excuse me. So if I just throw these down here, and then route it to the back of this, then we just get some regular servos. Just regular servos. And these don't have to be filtered either, so just it works just fine. Okay, so there's no round robin ability. I guess that's not the end of the world. It'll be coming in at such a constant rate once I get all that set up. But I believe now the iron line has been set. I need to get the things out of here that we don't have automated. So, like, do the iron real quick so that empties. So lead we have automated. Destabilized redstone we do not. Right? So we're going to want to do all these blocks. And then how many gems? 6 gems. I don't even have a gem cast. We have gold in the system. Might as well do a gem cast. Let's grab a piece of redstone. We will set it to be gold. There. No? What? That doesn't count for a gem? Does that have to be like a diamond or something? Maybe? Nope. Why did I make a gem cast? Emerald. Okay, I was close. Kind of. And then I can activate the redstone. So it's going to be 6 gems. Right, that's 6. Nope. Got our redstone over there. Which one didn't finish? One of these started but didn't complete. Or not. I think I overdid it. Yep, overdid it. Wasted a bunch of redstone. Darn. almost like we have a redstone problem or something. It's fine. We got the redstone out of the system. That was the main importance. He's back. What else do we have in here? That's automated. That's automated. That's automated. Silver is automated. Nickel is automated. Iron is automated. Okay, so we just need to set this stuff up. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 in here. Iron, nickel, silver, copper, lead, gold. Okay. So we do need a bucket of each to filter. So let's get some buckets. We already have the iron filter, so we only need 5 buckets. Throw the buckets here. Remove the cast. Remove the cast. Get rid of these. Don't want that lever there anymore. Go ahead and do this. Get this ready. Disconnect to here. Disconnect there and there. Place the rest of these. Disconnect between. So gold, silver, lead. Forget what else was in there, but you get the gist. Let's just get our filters situated. So we're going to do gold, lead, copper, silver. Gold, lead, copper, silver. So gold is done. Let's get a bucket of lead. Let's do copper. Silver. And then nickel. Whenever it's done. Whenever it's done. Oh no. I think we ran out of silver. I don't think it was done. Yeah, we didn't have enough silver. Oh, let's throw some more silver in the system. Oh boy. Okay, silver's in the system. Finish that. And then nickel. Wood, good, good. Let's go ahead and throw this stuff back in the system. Triple check. So we have the iron, the gold. We need to do one for tin. And osmium. Tin and osmium. osmium. Alright, so that's everything we need, so we can take this down. Put all this stuff away. Go ahead and pick you up. Put you over here. Let's go ahead and make the basin. So we're going to need the brick. These with the servos. Okay, we got the servos we need. And these need to be set to more redstone. Redstone, more redstone, redstone. I didn't need to do hardened servos. Darn it. I want regular servos. That's the recipe I want. There we go. I don't care if these are connected because they're all just going to end up going to the same place anyways. Lovely, lovely. And then the last set. Well, on this side anyways. And then with the fluid ducts. Nope, that's item. Disconnect. 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 just gotta make 4 metal barrels. One, two, three, 4 of those. Now I need the iron. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 6 per, so 6, 12, 24. And then we need to enrich that. And then we'll have everything we need to make the barrels. Then we'll need to make the servos, so let's go ahead and make the signalium. Servo. So we're gonna need, at least for that one side, we're gonna need 4, 8 signalium servos. That's done. Go ahead and make our drums. Oops, I want those servos back. I just keep doing that. Weird. Alright. Get our metal drums up there. So we want one here, 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 here. The servos on these are going to be unfiltered. So we'll set these to ignored. But the servos on these we want filtered, right? So we're going to go 4, and grab 4 at random. So this one set to whitelist. 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 Okay, so those are all situated. So now that these are done, we'll put them at the bottom. So we need to do 3 more. It's not too bad. This row. That. These. This. These. These. Do it on this side. Start with the pipes, right? So we'll do those, disconnect, run these out. I don't want to disconnect here, but they also have to disconnect here, which I did that, so that's good. And then I think it was just 4 out, right? Because it was out to the black part, right? Did one go over the cobble? Disconnect these middle portions. Fix. We have 14 basins, so I need one more. We will just shift click our basins into place. We'll have to relocate our torchy situation. Put one there. Well, there should have been one. Oh, that was the one. Okay, we're also going to need these in place. And then I'll have to connect them up. I think connecting them by this point here should be just fine. Yeah, doing that connection like that will be okay. And then I need servos. This servo in particular. So we're going to need 15 of iron. Servos. Let me go ahead and disable immediately. Alright. So those will auto pull. Now the only thing I need to do is set up last 3 barrels, and then obviously the folders whenever that's a thing. So let's get a block of each, right? So we need a block of gold. We need a block of. Well, we can take a. We're gonna need the iron, so we're gonna leave that there. So yeah, gold, lead, nickel, tin, osmium, uh, copper. Dude, we don't have enough for copper. Brother. I have an idea, I guess. It's not gonna pull out because it has nowhere to go, right? Yeah, it's just gonna sit there because it has no inventory to go to. So we have the copper. Which one was it? It was gold. We have gold. We have the copper. We have the lead. We have the nickel, tin, and osmium. We need the silver. Which I also don't have. But I did the silver, so I can just do that. Also grab a block. servos, Signalium servos. To do that, how many of these do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. Go ahead and set these 3 like so. And grab these 3. Whitelist, nickel, whitelist, osmium, whitelist, tin. Okay. Then buckets back. So now I just need the metal barrels. So we need some iron. 6, 12, 18 iron to be precise. That started in the enrichment chamber. We need iron plates. We're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we need the barrels. So thanks. 3 of these. Then we're going to need some pressure plates. 1, 2, 3. More planks. This plate. Go. There we are. Got the metal drums. Need a way to get up there though. Servo on each. Set to ignore. So this should drain, right? Like it should start completely draining. Nice. Nice, dude. Alright, so now the ambers, right? So amber. I want a nickel amber, tin amber, silver amber, copper amber, lead amber, gold amber, osmium amber. That's it. We go into here, and we go nickel, tin, silver, copper, lead, gold, osmium. Now it should be fully functional. So now the only thing I have to do is extend this path that's right down there, which I don't have a block at that point, which I need. So we'll break this block. Grab some water. Throw those back in there. Go ahead and grab a bucket of water. Place it here. Wow, this game, dude. Cobble. I don't know why I searched it. It should have been right at the front. There we go, and we'll just make a path. So, right over to it. I'm gonna place a torch here, and then we're gonna place a torch here. And then we just want storage cables. So, cables. I'll wait to connect that up, because I need to know what priority we have those set to. And I also need to pull out any block of anything. Like the irons need to come out. Right. And then I think it's supposed to be a priority of -1, if I'm not mistaken. I need to make a path underneath my path. So these are -1, in, out. Okay. -1, in, out. And then it was the storage. The storage link cable. Set you to a -1, in, out blacklist. And then add this. Perfect. We now have fully automated materials. Oh my goodness. I thought this was supposed to prevent alloying. Doesn't seem like it did a good job. What seems to be the holdup? That's crazy work, dude. I'm assuming the problem was that didn't transfer fast enough and it alloyed in here. So I don't think it'll be a continuous problem until we end up with like super fast like material gathering, but with just the yellow mulch, like, this is just everything that built up over time. That is crazy to me. To see this is nuts. $200 of almost every block. We had some small alloying happen, but for the most part, nothing crucial. However, the tinker tank's about to be full. Oh my god. It's supposed to be able to hold 16,000 ingots, and it is almost full. 2,352 buckets worth. Is insane to me. But it seems like we've reached the slow trickle, so that's good. This did pretty good. The lava supply did really good, keeping up, obviously. So that's good. So these will stay at the top until these empty. And then we can go through and just dump all that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm impressed with myself. I've never automated tinkers before. This is such a good feeling. Ooh, man. Imagine if I didn't go overkill on the tinker tank, dude. Jeez. It's good though. Trying to think, what would the next task be now that that's done? I mean, we packaged everything we wanted to package, right? Osmium, copper, nickel. I think we did this whole section, right? And then we did clay, sand, gravel, bone. We didn't do any of this stuff over here, but honestly, it's not really that big of a deal. At least for right now, where we're at in the pack. This is good. Resource automation at its finest. I want to upgrade that. Can I do Servo, right? What's after Servo? A resonant. How do you make Enderium? Enderium is lead platinum. Platinum comes from, assuming, alloy? Silver and diamond infused. This will extract fluids at a rate of 200%. What's the main percentage? 75, 100. So this would be a normal extraction rate. This would be double. I mean, I really want to make one, right? So I only need one ingot. flow ducts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to be short 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we'd be short 5. We'd only be short 1. Or 1 craft, my bad. So, recipe, this, and like I said, I only need 1 craft. So, there. And then, for the servo, we just need to make a single enderium. And to make enderium blend, it's pulverized lead, and then the platinum comes from infusing diamond, 160 diamond with 1 amber. Ooh, I'm gonna have to stop this for a second. So we can get a silver amber in. There she be. Go ahead and add it back. Then we're going to, that's obsidian, that's redstone. Dump the obsidian. Put this in there with some diamond. Didn't reach it, don't I? Alright, pulverize some lead. Just need 3. Pressure. Resonant ender. Waiting for it to cycle through all of its options. Okay, that didn't work anyways. Resonant ender. Ender pearl. 1 gem. But how much for a bucket? How much goes into a bucket is the question. So I have 2 ender pearls. I can probably just do it. I need 2 more ender pearls. Great. I think a mob farm is the next thing on our table. But for temporary purposes, I think we're just going to do the same thing we did the last time, which was take a bunch of cobble, make a platform, and then wait out the. So we'll go here. My game lagged. I'm pressing escape and nothing is happening. Oh, there it goes. Should be big enough. I need to make myself a platform to stand under. Scared me for a second. I'm well far away. Things should spawn. Maybe I just keep expanding until things do spawn. Dude, the misclicks are insane right now. You'd think this platform would be big enough to spawn but whatever reason, it seems like it's not. There's no way that this isn't big enough. I'm curious. It's a cool looking overlay of our map that we got going on. You got your power, you got your resource generation, you got your resource processing. Explain to me how there's a zombie or something bad over there, but not in the big platform that I just made. It's a spider. No way, bro, aggroed on me from that far. You're gonna climb all the way up instead of coming down. Oh, came down. I don't understand why you spawned over here the way you did. I'm gonna put a torch there. Is that the center? No, this is the center. And then we'll put a torch over here. Oh my goodness. Right. Whoops. I figured that was going to be an empty chest. My bad. I do need to put all this back into that system. Did I lose buckets there? No, I didn't. Okay, I thought I did for a second. Gave me quite the startle. Now everything should be in here. Copper, however, is not. Is it because it just hasn't processed any of the copper? Yeah. Yeah, there it goes. Oops. Almost knocked over my laptop. You know what's crazy? These chests probably look like insane. Right. I am just working on trying to clear this out a little bit because it's a little messy. So the barrel over here for gold is now empty. Silver is practically full. So we can switch to gold. Gold should empty. I'm pretty sure lead is also looking a little rough. Tin. Could use some tin there. And then, yeah. Alright. These are all looking good, dude. I'm happy the way this came out, dude. This is most of this stuff I just came up with on the fly. Like every video I watched, people did it differently, and they were further on in the game. Like we're still fairly early game. Don't even have a mob farm yet. Farms aren't even automated. Like I wanted to get resource generation automated first before working on anything else, and this is a huge step. Let's see. We got. My posture sucks. sometimes I'm like really far up and up here, and then other times I lean back and I'm back here. So, okay. So aside from waiting for nighttime for some Enderman to spawn, so I can change this out. What else can we work towards? Honestly, I don't know. I mean, yeah, pigs. Pigs is the next thing we can do for resource generation, I guess. Um, amber mulch. What is it? What does that require? Substrate, water, oxygen. Either. I'm gonna need ethylene regardless. So water and hydrogen makes. No, this makes ethylene. Okay. So I need hydrogen. Comes from electrolytic separator of water. So water and water. But theoretically, right? If I run water into the electrolytic separator, that gives me hydrogen and oxygen. But then I can run both of these hydrogen and oxygens into two separate PRCs. First one, the hydrogen goes in here with biofuel and makes substrate and ethylene. I can run both of these outputs into the next PRC with the ethylene and the substrate and the spare oxygen we're getting from the hydrogen. Or no, this. Oh, this just gives us extra oxygen. It doesn't require the oxygen. But still, though, I mean, 100 to 1, it's like a no-brainer. You should just do that to get insane amounts of substrate. And what does substrate use for? Well, apparently you need it for red mulch as well. You also need it for HDPE pellets. Which you need for red. Ruby is after emerald, or amber, which just requires fertilizer, which comes from sewage composting, which requires us to get the pigs. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to doing pigs. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's kind of one thing I'm not ecstatic about. Excuse me. Okay, we really need to get these out of here. Let me get a brick or a basin. And then I need a faucet. Yep. This. There's enough invar in here for an actual block, not enough to just dump. That's funny. But yeah, and it takes forever to cool too. Once we get the invar out though, there's no more mixes. So that's good. We just gotta get through this backlog of nickel, copper, silver, and lead. I don't know why there's more electrum in here. Keeps mixing, which means it's not coming out fast enough. So we just nickel, copper. Let's let the copper go till it stops. I'll just leave that there until we can get the Enderman that we need. And once we get this backlog done, it should never backlog like this again. And if it ever does, I think what we can do is just scale our um, drums up. Or can we? These work? It does work. Maybe we can just add a 4K to all of them. I would just need, because how many do we have? 5, 6, 8. So I need 16 obsidian. And then gold. I need to make some ingots. Because it's 1 plate per, right? So 8 of those, and then we should be able to just make 8 4Ks. How did I get I get one 4K and then it gives me all of these. So yeah, let's just 4K, 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 4K. 4, 4. And that should give it enough room in all of them to be able to just drain. We're almost there. Are you full? No, you're not even close to full. There's no way these would be close to full. Okay, game. Yeah, not even close. It's just not transferring fast enough, so we're gonna need to resonate. I need to walk away from that platform, by the way. Let things spawn over here. Hopefully. Oh. Okay, something spawned. The zombie. The fact that he aggroed on me from all the way over there is crazy work. What day are we at? 86. It took me 86 days to get to this point. That is sad. Can I get Enderman spawn, maybe? Be great. Alright. Yeah, I mean, honestly, we're just waiting on the damn enemy. This is good, though. This is draining really well. No mixes either. This is good. Dude, that's insane. 100, 200 blocks of iron, 255 blocks of gold, 150 blocks of silver, 200 and counting copper, 200, almost 300 tin and lead, 172 nickel, and 270 in osmium, dude. That's nuts. I feel good. Honestly, I accomplished the main goal I wanted to accomplish this stream, and I didn't have anything else planned. I thought this was going to take longer. I thought I was going to run into more issues. Um, I mean, obviously, one issue is making sure this gets out fast enough, so we're going to change that. Then, obviously, probably make a mob farm because we're going to need more ender pearls. And I'm not exactly sure the ideal situation for a mob farm. Cursed dirt's not in this mod pack, so I'm not exactly sure. Other than a really dark room, what uh, what is in this mod pack though for like mob? So we have imprisonment tools. Mystical agriculture mob charms. We have entity conveyors and fans. Okay. So it's just a matter of making a dark room with fans and the mob masher. With mob grinding utilities, right? So then the egg thing should be in this as well, right? No, it's not. I mean, mob swab is, but yeah, curse dirt's not a thing in here. Okay, so yeah, GM chicken feeds in here. Feed the chickens, right? But no cursed earth. Okay. Well, ugh. Clear out what we got going on over here. We don't need to make the ambers anymore. Stuff's all automated. What we could do is we're gonna want an absorption hopper. We're gonna want a mob masher, mob fan, an ender inhibitor. We're going to want. I don't necessarily know if we want beheading, but I know for a fact we're gonna want looting, sharpness. Probably gonna want some of all of this, and then should be fine, I guess. Just those items. Why just slow down? It's so close. Why is it not done? Because there's Electrum in here. How is there Electrum in here? I really need that. Alright, so I don't want the platform to be out of just gobble. So we'll just get rid of that. We're gonna make the mob farm, we might as well do it right. Let's see, we'll go let's go ahead and make an exhaustion hopper, fire vendor. We don't have any like was there a workaround to getting ender pearls that I just overlooked or something? I thought I had a statue of something, didn't I? I don't even remember. Whatever. Oh, right. Isn't that how we did it the last time? We did the chorus fruit on endstone. But to make the endstone, you needed lava on glowstone. We have slimy dirt, but we don't have endstone. There's just purple slime. Comes from the purple slime sapling, which is destabilized redstone, and the blue sapling. Okay. So this is achievable. We don't necessarily have to make a mob farm yet to be able to do what we're trying to do. So let's go ahead and get rid of. Oh, I got scared. I thought that was gonna get all the chiseled stuff. Thankfully, it did not. I'm not entirely sure what Discord is popping off right now, but I don't appreciate it. So let's see. Because we have the blue slime and the magma slime. So we want the purple slime. Yeah. Okay. We have an idea, right? So we know we're gonna want to make this. We need to do this. So we need to can't you like bookmark a particular Oh my goodness. Okay, let's bookmark these. Because this can be made casting lava over glowstone, right? So, and stone's not that difficult. I didn't know you could just make ores like that, dude. That's pretty cool. I thought I had glowstone. I do. Fuck it. Now we have endstone. Endstone. And then the chorus fruit's gonna require the purple slime, which we don't really need to automate it, we just need to get it, right? So, for the purple slime, sapling, and redstone 1 bucket. I'm not too upset about losing this, just because what we're gonna do is gonna get us plenty of ender pearls. So, redstone. How much does 1 get us in terms of liquid? 100, so we need 10. That gets us our bucket. We have our blue slime sapling. Uh, we have the cauldron that's over here. that in there with this. It's just a purple slime sapling. If we get some slimy dirt, and a crook. Place this down, put that on there, run around. Get off my computer. Oh, it's done. Okay. Okay, we got what we wanted. Use this. So we need to use this in a cauldron with milk for that. And then it was just an apple, right? And then that plus that in a potney pot. That's -1. Get ourselves a cabinet. We're going to need some files because this requires 4. So file. 4 files. Go. Bottom drawer, left side. Left side, yeah. Other side. Are they there? One sec, guys. Okay, then they're not there. I don't know where they're at, but they're not going to be in there. I promise you they're not in there. Stop opening things I'm not telling you to open. Go. I'll look. Oh, sorry about that, guys. We are making progress, though. So I know one of these is going to be for chorus fruit, but then we want it back, so take that out. I'm gonna open this for the same. Then we're going to want some hopping pots. did not do that, but okay. I'm gonna need another end stone, now that I think about it. Jess, quiet please. Because I said so. So, out of this thing, I can go ahead and make another end stone. This back there. Waiting for that to cool. End stone. Put that there. Wow, this takes a while. My goodness. Is there a way to speed that up or no? Probably not, huh? No, looks like it only goes on end stone. And it's a 1% chance for ender pearls, dude. Oh my goodness. This is usually takes 5 minutes to grow. Oh, brother. That sucks. Because I can't filter them into drawers without having them first, so. Well, rather than sitting there staring at that for 5 minutes, what I can do in the meantime is try to make everything else, right? So, assuming the ender inhibitor. It's going to require. Yep. Do you require it? No. You just require some iron, redstone, diamonds. So I'm gonna need 8 iron swords. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Two. Get the mob masher. Mob fans are fairly straightforward. I'm probably gonna want 3. Three of those. Okay, I can buy feathers, so that's good to know. Do I have any feathers? No. How about these sharpness upgrades? A max of 10, so I'm gonna need 40 irons. Okay, sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, lapis. Max of 10. I don't know, maybe 3 of each just to be safe. So I just need 4, 8, 12. Plus 9 is 21. Plus another 9 is 30. So C. U. C is mix. Some feathers. Q. Throw the feathers away. We're gonna make 3 of each. Okay. Then already got that situated. Can't make that. We already made these. Already made the mob plan. Already made that. Can't make the absorption hopper. I got a popped course route. Look at that. Another folder I can add to things. Oh my goodness. I think for the time being, we run an additional hopper. So we make another hopper. That way we double our chances of getting the last 2 items. And then just pick this up and put it there. That way, if it does drop one of the 2 items, it'll still go into here. Assign. Somebody course. Oh, RUS. Darn it. There we go. Yeah, I can't make that go any faster. What are these? Let's see. Um, Platform building, right? So we want some dented cobble. It's gonna be like what, 19 blocks or something like that? This is such a peaceful, relaxing, brain-numbing stream. There we go. Next up should be the small cobble. I'm looking for like a caution type of thing. This factory block, stone and iron makes factory block. Cool. Um, Factory block. See how many of these I can make. Probably gonna need a few more. There we go. Let's go ahead and chisel them. Um, no! What the fuck? I knew it was gonna break, but I didn't think it was gonna throw it out of my inventory. Excuse me. That was dumb. One, three, five, seven. 1, 3, 5, 7. Why does that look wrong? Because it is wrong. 7. What? 1, 3, oh, 5. Alright. Take the chisel, turn it into the yellow factory block. Okay, dude. Like, seriously? These misclicks are really starting to get me in the phase. Need to make more factory blocks. Puzzle. This is difficult to tell what the center is. There, that's center. Perfect. Alright, the platform has been made for the mob farm. Okay. So next up, we're going to want clear that. Let's go over here. Check on this. Nothing new. We are getting things. Okay, so the way I want to do this, I want to use regular factory block or a variation of the sort. Uh, That's going to be the center island, so I'm going to push it that way. So I want this to be where the masher goes. But I don't want it to be like the on the outside like that. Then we're going to want mob fangs. I didn't bring you out far. 3 on each side. I didn't bring this one out far enough. Or did I just overdo it? What is this? We're going for, we want the 7 by 7 right? So 3, 5, 7. So yeah, I over. Too far on the sides, and I didn't go far enough. This one. So 1, 3, 5, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No? Am I stupid? Oh, I know what I did. It's going to be quite the large mob spawner, but it's literally all this island is going to be for, is just mob spawner. Entrance. There. There. We want a fan here, here, here. Show the area width, another width. One more width. Okay, so 3 widths, and then distance isn't a big deal. So we'll do a height upgrade. Area. Height upgrade. Singular distance. Push it. Actually, we do an additional distance. Take these out. I'll push everything over here. Then just move these to the edge. This, this, height, and then distance-wise, it shouldn't matter. Yeah, because they'll push at each other, it'll counteract and push them. Do that. I believe. We might run into some issues. Everybody should get pushed to this wall, and then stuck right there. And smashed and dashed. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna need some levers. I need an additional lever for this, but I'm not really ready for that yet. We'll put it down just to know it's there. Alright, and then what else do we need next? We're gonna want more that distance anymore. I'm curious, if I put a rock here, give this a redstone signal, does that activate that? It does. Okay, cool. Turn that on. Ceiling. What do we want the ceiling made out of? Nope. Gotta go one higher. Darn. Perfect. Now the only other thing to do is to break this part here. Have these ready. Break this. Place these. Put these on. And then walk away. Should also probably claim that area, if that's possible. don't think I can claim that area. So we're gonna hope that things don't just kind of blow up in there. Any chance we got some ender pearls or anything like that? No. Why would we? Is there any sort of glass that we can use to see in? It's looking like XP and sand is the only real way. It's a good soul sand, but I'm gonna need a lot more than just a few. And that's all I probably have the ability to make, is just a few. Like, I have enough to make a stack. But it takes 5 for... Takes 5 for 4. Then it takes 5 for 2. 5, 4, 5, 2. So let's say I wanted to do 14. That means I need to do 7 crafts. So I would need 35 for the 7. So I'd need to do 10 crafts. So I would need 50 soul sand. So damn near that whole thing of XP. It's gonna suck. It scares me every time, dude, I swear. thought it required 500 XP per. Oh, no, 250. Okay. So this isn't too bad for the XP. Fun. Fun times. But the more we can do, like, the more chance we have of getting ender pearls from the nothing yet. With my luck, we'll end up getting a fucking forest fruit before we do. Or not a coarse fruit, coarse flower. Or we get an ender pearl. Both are 1% chance. This is a very slow process. There's a way I can automate this. I know there is. Get me out of here. What? You're telling me there was only 2 buckets left in there? My ass. Oh no, it all went into the cable. Uh-huh. Okay, there we go. Automated. So now I don't have to sit there and wait. Then when we're ready to put the rest back, we can put the fluid extraction on there and it'll go straight into there. Put that back. Chisel can go in there. Anything new? Not a damn thing. I've been hearing some stuff some like walk-in noises. Curious, has this actually been working? Bro said no, you may not enter. Okay. Surprised nothing spawned. I don't know, maybe there's something in here about like mob spawning or something. But then what can I do with a spawn egg? I have no way of making pumpkins, so we get in the mystical agriculture. Oh boy. I just got a Charlie horse on my leg. Ooh. Okay, that's great. Yep. Love that. Loved every bit of that. I don't understand what these mob statues are for. This isn't working like I thought it would. Sucks. How much more we got? 16 sand. What about you? Anything change? Nope. Okay. Well, I think why is that? There's also electron. Cool. Alright. All this so we can get one servo so we can run that over, dude, and it's just taking forever. So we can fix this issue that we're having where things decide they want to mix it. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some research. And at this point, it's literally just a waiting game for everything. So I think while I do some research, I'm going to go ahead and, I mean, there's some other stuff I gotta do. I gotta take a shower, um, get some food in my system, things of that nature. So while I do some real life things, I think we're gonna go ahead and end the stream here. We've had a pretty long stream. We got a good amount done. You know, we finally got the Tinker's station, or the Tinker's tank fully automated. For the most part, right? We gotta sort out the whole um, combining of liquids, the alloying part. But other than that, everything is coming along. I'm gonna do some research on a mob farm, see what I gotta do to make that work. Play the waiting game on these end the coarse fruit pots, and yeah. So I'm gonna leave it there. I hope you guys enjoyed.